Hello again, it's your Aunt Andy, your lonely libertarian citizen of California. There's been a lot of interesting news in the media lately. First thing I think that was pretty insignificant, although not followed by many people, is in Greece. Now, I am 1/4 Greek. My grandfather was Greek, and well, it's part of my story. But well, the Greeks aren't doing too well. Aristotle and Onassis, the Greek tycoons. Well, it seems the government doesn't work the way the Greek shipping merchants and the big shipping magnates work. They don't, do very well when it comes to keeping the spending low. And in Greece, you have a lot of people on the government dole. And unfortunately, it's all coming to a head, and we're finding out that when Greece joined the European Union, it apparently had some issues with its currency. It had printed a little bit more currency than everybody thought, and it owed more debts than everybody thought. And now it's not to be trusted. So, well, now we have to think about America. How much money is Obama printing this year? Well, we already know one thing. We know that the Chinese are not buying our bonds anymore. Since July of last year, they have reduced the amount of bonds that they hold by $55 billion. So they are not increasing the amount. Maybe we can twist their arm a little bit. Maybe we can let them win a few gold medals at the Olympics or something. But unfortunately, for right now, they're not buying our bonds. What they're doing is that all the extra cash they get from us, they are using to spend on commodities. And they are buying things like, more rice, more sugar, more silver, more gold, more copper, and big industrial metals. They're stockpiling years worth of copper over there in China. Also, they're buying up any kind of producing asset they can find overseas. So that's what they're doing with their excess cash. They're trying to unload their excess cash, excess American cash, onto the nearest fool they can find. So it's a fool's game right now if you have American cash. Basically, the fools are betting that they can get it real quickly and make more cash real fast, and the people who have gotten it from producing over the years, well, they're trying to get rid of it. Take a look at Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is getting rid of American cash. How do I know this? Well, he just bought in cash. He paid $37 billion. In fact, he even borrowed some cash to buy it because he didn't think the cash was going to be worth very much. But he bought a railroad for $3,700 billion. You've probably heard of the BNSF, the Burlington Northern Southern Railroad, whatever it's called. But that big railroad he bought. Anyways, Burlington Railroad, he's bought it and he paid cash for it. So he believes that keeping the cash in the bank isn't very wise because they're not paying much interest, and it seems like the value of the cash is going down. So what do? You put it into hard asset, and that's what he's done. So anyways, take the cues from what the big guys do. If the big guys are telling you, hey, I don't need all this cash, there's too much cash around, let's get rid of the cash, let's do something else with it. What he's telling you is the value of the cash is going down, and you better find a hard asset to put it into. Buy a hard asset with that cash. So if you're a little guy like me, what do? Well, you buy some silver, buy some gold. Maybe you convert all your cash, if you don't have much, into pennies and sift through and take all the copper ones and spend the zinc ones. I don't know. But or you put it all into nickels. Nickels are 75% copper and 25% nickel. So put in nickels. Well, there's an industrial metal that's highly useful. So anyways, when the currency collapses, and I'm certain, I'm not sure yet, totally, but I'm feeling more certain every day that we're going down that path. We're going to have a collapse at some point. I mean, can you imagine going into your store and having to pay 40% more for bread, 50% more for milk? It can happen overnight when you have a currency crisis. So, to my fellow YouTubers out there and friends and family, what I say is, well, you can't buy a railroad, you can't buy a ship, you can't buy all the things that the big governments who are hoarding all that cash can do with it, but you can buy something that will be a savings to you later. Well, tuna fish. You can buy tuna fish. You can stock up on ravioli. You're going to eat it anyway. Why not pay less to eat it? Del Monte meat sauce for your pasta. You can buy lots of pasta. Hey, buy lots of honey. Everybody loves honey. Or how about this? Baked beans. Hey, it's really, beans are great because not only are they healthy for you and they help clean you out, but hey, they're a gas producer. Black beans. Now these I bought, this is quite a deal. I think they're 27 ounces, 27 ounce can. They have it at the dollar store for $1. And they're good until, well, 2012. So anyways, that's something that you can do to stave off this economic crisis we're going to go through. We're all going to go through it, and we have to get ready for it. One thing I have here, it's called, do you really have a year's supply? Now this was given to me by a friend who's a Mormon, and the Mormons are great at planning things and making sure that everybody has plenty of food in their house, and they require that their members invest in food, and they have lots of canned goods and food put away in their houses, and so they can feed their families in a time of crisis. One thing you will never see is when there's a collapse of any sort, you'll never see a Mormon running down to the grocery store to stock up. They have plenty of stock all the time. And what I find is interesting about this is, how much food does it take for a minimum? This is bare bones living, that they say, literally, for minimums for one adult for a whole year. And they're asking, do you have a year's supply? Well, it's 400 pounds of grains, 17.5 ounces a day, 60 pounds of beans, 10 quarts of cooking oil, 60 pounds of honey. This is so you can make all kinds of neat breads and stuff. 8 pounds of salt. You wouldn't believe how much salt you eat in a year. 16 pounds of powdered milk and 14 gallons of drinking water for only 2 weeks, so you need a lot more water than you think. So just how much is this? 2 5-gallon buckets will hold 75 pounds of wheat, rice or other grains. This means you need 11 buckets of grain for each person in your family. If you store all your grains in number 10 cans, you'll need 64 cans per person. Pasta, you'll need 32 cans, 5.25 ounces cases per person. Rolled oats, you're going to need 124 cans of rolled oats. And like I was saying, Quaker oats, I mean, they fill you up, and you can eat them every day for breakfast. Add a little honey to them, add a little sugar, whatever. But this is what you need to have in your house. You need to think ahead and plan out that, hey, there could be a crisis. I mean, we all had a big snowstorm recently on the East Coast, and you saw how the meats and all the fresh dairy and everything and the fresh produce was gone from the supermarket within a day. So realize that the supermarkets don't stock the way they used to. They don't keep a lot of extra stock on hand. Everything is just-in-time delivery. So if there's any kind of big, financial crisis, you can guarantee that if they can't pay, cash or provide whatever it is to the suppliers, it's going to be to the highest bidder. You're going to see some stores go without, and it could be your store in your hometown. So plan ahead, guys. That's it for now.